You saw the fight as well as everybody else. How impressed were you with what you saw out of Pac-Man tonight?
Well, I was impressed like everybody else. But, you know, the funny thing about this fight was everybody was talking about size. That was going to be the advantage. That was going to be the difference in the advantage in the fight. And there's no doubt about it. It was about size, but not the kind of size that everyone thought. It was about the smaller man having the advantage, being the smaller, being the faster guy, being the guy that had much more dimension to him. We kind of forget it in this sport. You go back in the 20s to 30s to 40s, even a little bit of the 50s, the real golden era of boxing. There were a lot of catchweight fights. And guess what? The smaller guys usually had the advantage over the bigger guys. They were smarter, they were technically better, they were faster. And that came true again tonight.
Teddy, this was a total domination. We saw Margarito didn't win a round, basically, as you heard BK say. Was there anything that he did wrong he should have done differently? If you were in his corner, what would you have advised him to do?
First of all, I would have given him water. This is a guy who, you know, he went up 17 pounds. So it shows you he was dehydrated, kind of like a sponge. You know, you shrink a sponge down, then you give it water and it grows. This guy grew. It showed you he had no water in him to make the weight. Give him water during the fight. He was fighting a tough opponent, and in some ways he wasn't getting help in his corner. They were giving him nothing to rehydrate him. Look, I'm not saying that's why he lost the fight, but it wasn't making it any easier. They never cooled him down, never rehydrated him in the corner. And also what I would have had him do a little bit, the uppercut was effective when he did throw it, when he did land it, but use that long jab and stabilize the smaller guy in the middle of the ring. Stop him from pot-shotting you a little bit. But again, size advantage, no doubt about it. But the thing we didn't expect, the size advantage was the smaller guy. Yeah, he was too small, he was too fast.
Well, Teddy, it doesn't matter what size Pacquiao is. He continues to move up. He continues to win titles. He has now 8 titles in 8 different weight classes. When you hear that stat, that feat, what goes through your mind?
Well, I think about the greatest fighters, I think one of the greatest fighters of all time, Henry Armstrong. Henry Armstrong, to me, he's the guy that when you think about going up in weight classes, that I put his picture next to that. This is a guy who was a featherweight champ. He was a full lightweight champ. He was a full welterweight champ. And then he went up and he fought Severino Garcia for the middleweight title, 4 full weight titles, and he fought a draw and they robbed him. He should have won that. So this is a guy who had 4 full weight titles, and 3 of them he defended within a 2-month period. So I think about Armstrong, really, Hammerin' Hank, Homicide Hank, those were his nicknames. I think about him, and of course, Manny, well, he comes in second to me, but doing a pretty damn good job.